year we had to do this stupid-ass dumbass online homework thing called hot math, and no one liked it because it was boring as fuck. Anyways, our teacher was this fat, creepy, bad breath, gross-smelling woman who hated me. Like bruh, she really hated me. Because I would make a mockery of her. One day I managed to find her password and username for the hot math in one of her folders on her desk, and I deleted homework for the whole class for a month. I also deleted math for the other grades too. She kept telling us that the homework was disappearing mysteriously, and I pissed myself every time, because that dumb bitch had no idea. The whole class knew that I was the reason it was disappearing, and no one told her, but eventually, some snitch-ass bitch came clean, and told her after a whole last month, and I got suspended. The whole class had to write an apology letter for not telling her the truth, which was a win because they didn't have to do math for a whole lesson, because they were taking their time to write the letter. Now I am a legend in the school, and everyone knows about.
Oh my fucking god, thank you bitches for 20,000 followers. The fact that I gained all of you sluts overnight shocks me. Quit asking for a face reveal because this started off as a joke and I never intended to show my face or any of my families. Anyway, let's dive into today's story. This actually happened like a month ago. We went to the lake and ride our jet skis because why fucking not? These girls just kept staring at me, so I went up to them and said, "Hey, do we have a problem?" And they said no. We went on our merry way until we saw them in their boat with an American flag along with the Trump 2020 flag. We are both strong leftist and liberals, so that triggered us. I didn't do anything, but my brother said he'll take care of it. I trust him obviously, and when he came back he told me what he had done. He asked for one of the dumb blonde dice head door built dead ends on even 10 line orange bitches snap. Then he snapped her a pic of me and him flipping her off saying, "Imagine supporting a homophobic, racist, transphobic and pedophilic man." She blocked him, but we still have her snap map location. I forgot your name. It was some basic ass name like Brooke, but if you're watching this, be careful for who you vote for, babe. One day I was hanging out with my friend and we were watching TikTok and making them. She decided to show me a TikTok, and she said the N-word. She is white. I got really upset even though I'm not black and slapped her on her face really hard. She apologized, but I told her I can't accept it cause I'm not black, so we went on Omegle and I tried to find as many black people and had her apologize to every black person we met. After we were done, I left and went home because I didn't want to see her and I never spoke to her again. One day I was at my cousin's house and I needed to go to the toilet really bad, so I went. When I finished going toilet it would not flush and my poop was just sitting there in the toilet and I didn't know what to do. 20 minutes after thinking what to do, I picked it up, throw it out the window, and it landed on the car, and don't think they noticed though.
Here's the story about the one time I went to the ER. So I was talking to this boy and he was like my best friend, but I was obviously in love with him and we did some stuff a few times and he admitted his feelings for me but would never ask me out. But one time he did something to me that was unforgivable. I cut him off and I stopped talking to him for a few days. Obviously throughout those few days, maybe like 6, I went into a deep depression and I didn't eat at all those 6 days and missed 3 days of school. On the 5th day, my sister noticed I wasn't eating, so she made me eat some of her food that she bought, so I had a few bites. That night I woke up at 1 in the morning with big stomach pains. I thought it was cramps, so I shrugged it off and tried to go back to sleep. My stomach kept hurting as if someone was stabbing me, and so I got up and I threw up everywhere on my way to the bathroom and I couldn't stop.
So I have this friend who keeps lying all the fucking time. I'm so fucking done, like so fucking done. She lies about getting pregnant, which isn't possible cause she's ugly as shit and has no boyfriend. She says I'm just using her for her money and food, which is true tbh, but she's a loner cause she keeps lying about having friends and boyfriends. She made accounts on social media for each of his made up friends and boyfriends and even said she got pregnant by 2 different guys. Also she lies about having depression and an eating disorder, which is so fucked up. She also says she wanna kill herself, but it's not true cause I just know, and she always fucking lies. Also it's cause I'm a smarty. Also this bitch thinks skipping lunch and being skinny is basically being anorexic. This fucking whale doesn't know what an eating disorder is. She can go fuck herself. Oh wait, she does.
When I was in kindergarten, my teacher was really mean. One time I put on my sweater, and I took it back off, and when I got really cold I put it back on. She grabbed my sweater and said, "If you're not gonna wear this sweater, stop playing with it." Then she threw my fucking sweater across the room. After school, I told my mom, and she went to the school. And this crusty, musty, dusty, poor-looking fat old brat, ugly old woman had the audacity to say she did not throw my pink, white, polka-dotted sweater across the room. My mom did not believe her lies because in the past, this same teacher yelled at me for peeing my pants. This teacher was the one who didn't let me use the restroom. She was never fired because no one believed me. She had also hit me multiple times as a kid too. I want to fart on her ugly grave when that bitch dies. Luckily, I got moved classes though.
Okay, so 3 years ago I was in Los Angeles and my friends and I saw a Tesla and we ran up to it as if we were 6-year-old girls running after the ice cream truck. Chilly anyway, it ended up being David Dobrik. Holy fucking shit, right? Wrong. Well, kind of. He was very nice and we talked for a bit. I asked for a hug and he said sure. I was so excited. As I went in for the hug I started to smell his fucking bad smell of an armpit. Holy shit. I wanted to gag but I kept it in because I didn't want to be mean, but fuck, I almost died. I thought to myself, how could he have all this money and not afford some good deodorant? Chilly anyway, David, if you're watching this, I'd like a Tesla as a form of an apology for almost killing me. Thank you for listening.
One night it was me and my brother and we were in our room because we had to share rooms, so our parents' room was across from ours and me and my brother walked out of our room and we were gonna watch a movie together anyway. So while we were walking out we heard something moving in our parents' room and we heard a girl moaning and my brother's ugly ass didn't want to check it out, so he made me check it out and I opened the door a little bit and there was some random woman and my dad doing the dirty, and I told my brother, and when my dad and the woman were done it smelled like rotten fish in the house, which was so nasty I gagged. Anyways, a couple days later my mom found out and my mom and dad were arguing about it, and then my mom made my dad get a STD test just in case, and turns out he has a STD in him, and my mom got a divorce and then she got back with him and got with his brother. What a bad bitch. Hehehehe. I had my first period in 6th grade and I didn't know what a period was at the time. So I went to school and was late because I was studying for a test. So when I went to class, my teacher gave me my test and I started to answer the questions while I was doing the test. I got a stomachache but I ignored it. I finished the test first, and when I got up to walk to the teacher's desk, a girl shouted and everyone looked at her and she pointed at me. I was wearing a short white skirt so you could see my period blood leaking down my legs. The teacher was shocked and didn't do anything. All the boys were laughing while the girls were screaming. The principal happened to walk past our class and she heard the class screaming, so she opened the door and saw me holding my period blood. She thought I stabbed myself, so she called the nurse and my parents. Since then, I had to move schools because everyone was making fun of me.
When I was 10, I was on Instagram. I got a text from an old man asking if we wanted to be friends, so I said yes. We spoke every day for years and he then started to send pictures of his willy. It was gross and saggy and he kept on sending them, and then he asked me to send some. I was like 12 when he asked me to send some, so I sent some of some grown women I found online. He liked them a lot, but I felt really bad that I lied to him, so I told him that they weren't mine, and he was really angry and told me he was going to break into my house and kill me in my sleep. I was scared and told my parents, but they didn't believe me, so I stopped talking to him, but he started sending me pictures of me inside my house. I called the police and they came, but didn't find anything. He didn't stop, so I called the police again and they found him, and he had been living under my bed for 4 months.
I accidentally sent my orchestra teacher a video of me crying. We had to record ourselves playing the music and send it to her so she could grade it. But I left it off to the last minute and was really stressed, and it was really late at night, so I decided to cry for 10 minutes to relieve some of the stress and hence start recording. Unfortunately, I caught myself crying in the beginning of the video and didn't realize until the next day, after